new concept for you, and that is nothing but Gaussian signal. So if anybody asks you what is expression of sine function, you know that sine theta. If anyone asks you what is expression of exponential signal, you will directly write decreasing exponential, increasing exponential. If anyone asks you what is delta t, impulse signal, what is u of t, unit step signal, what is rectangular signal, rect of t by t. Like this you already know. Now if anyone asks you what is the expression of Gaussian signal, then you must give your answer as e raised to power minus a t square. So exponential has negative power and the function square, variable square. So this is the nothing but the Gaussian signal. So remember this, Gaussian signal means what? E raised to power minus a and square of the variable. Square of the variable. So if I use some properties of Fourier transform and try to find out the Fourier transform Gaussian signal, it comes out as under root pi by a. So result is important. Under root pi by a e raised to power minus of omega square upon 4a. So can you tell me what is this? Again, what is this? This is again a Gaussian signal. Exponential has negative power and square of the variable. So we can say that Gaussian signal has Fourier transform. Options, impulse, rectangular, sinc, Gaussian. So Gaussian signal has Fourier transform. Gaussian only. Gaussian signal. Gaussian signal has Fourier transform of the nature Gaussian. Then shape of Gaussian function, this also you should know. So it has a shape like bell. You might have seen this thing in the temples, bell. So it has a shape like bell. B-E-L-L. Now can anyone tell me what is the amplitude at t equal to 0? So e raised to power minus a into 0, that means e raised to 0, e raised to 0, that means it has amplitude 1. So this is a time domain Gaussian signal. Now what is the amplitude at omega equal to 0? E raised to 0 is 1 and it is multiplied by under root pi by a. So at omega equal to 0, amplitude is under root pi upon a. Under root pi upon a. Now let's try to find out one Fourier transform. Before that, you should have practice of writing this formula: e raised to power minus a t square Fourier transform under root pi by a, e raised to power minus omega square upon 4a. If you practice it 3-4 times, you can remember this formula. Then what is Fourier transform of e raised to power minus 3t square? So here a value is 3. So I hope you will also get the same answer, which I am going to write it in few seconds. So just imagine your answer. What will be your answer? Okay. The answer will be a value is 3. So under root pi by 3 e raised to power minus omega square divided by 12. Your answer will be in terms of omega. So this is the answer for this question. Now next we will see the modulation property. Modulation property. You have already heard the word modulation in analog communication, right? So before we learn the modulation property, I would like to discuss few points that you know that exponential multiplication in one domain, that means it can be in time domain or it can be in frequency domain. So what is the effect? Shift in another domain. Shift in another domain. So एक डोमेन में मल्टीप्लिकेशन एक्सपोनेंशियल मल्टीप्लिकेशन, दूसरे डोमेन में शिफ्ट. वैसे ही if I have multiplication in one domain, two signal multiplication in one domain, it will give me convolution in other domain. So multiplication in one domain results into convolution in other domain. So based on this, if I have a signal like x of t, it is getting convolved with h of t, then it has Fourier transform 1 upon 2 pi, x of omega into h of omega. So convolution becomes multiplication. Now I am doing the multiplication. Let's say x of t into some another signal. Let us say p of t. Okay, I am multiplying these two signals. Then it will have the Fourier transform 1 upon 2 pi. This factor is there, 1 upon 2 pi x of omega convolution p of omega, where x of omega is the Fourier transform of x of t and p of omega is the Fourier transform of p of t. So multiplication in one domain gives us convolution in another domain, but here the factor 1 by 2 is coming. Okay, this is with respect to variable omega. If I have variable f, then simply x of t into p of t, Fourier transform is x of f into p of f. To this point we will come later on. X of f convolution p of f. So here the factor 1 by 2 pi is not there. Okay, this we will come afterwards. So now we will try to find the Fourier transform of x of t into cos of alpha t. So what will be its Fourier transform? So you must know the Fourier transform cos alpha t. So this we have already learned. So cos alpha t has Fourier transform pi times delta omega minus alpha plus delta omega plus alpha. This we have already known. This point we already know that cos alpha t has Fourier transform pi times delta omega minus alpha plus delta omega plus alpha. Okay. So just use the multiplication property in time domain. So x of t into cos alpha t. So its Fourier transform will be 1 by 2 pi times x of omega convolution cos alpha t Fourier transform. ठीक है. Substitute the value of cos alpha t Fourier transform. So x of t into cos alpha t will have Fourier transform 1 by 2 pi, then x of omega keep as it is, convolution with pi times, substitute this value, delta omega minus alpha plus delta omega plus alpha. So this pi and this pi get cancelled out. So this is equal to the Fourier transform 1 upon 2 x of omega convolution with delta omega plus minus alpha plus delta omega plus अल्फा. ये सारी चीज़ें हम ऑलरेडी कर चुके हुए हैं. आगे जो भी स्टेप्स आएंगे यू जस्ट हैव टू रिकॉल. So 1 by 2 times. Use distributive property of convolution. So distribute this convolution. So x of omega convolution delta omega minus alpha plus x of omega convolution delta omega plus alpha. Now recall this point from unit number 2. X of t convolution delta t. What is this? X of t convolution delta t minus some constant. Okay, t minus some constant, let us say 2. So this is nothing but x of t minus 2. So whenever we perform the convolution of any signal with impulse, in the answer impulse is not present, but that delay will be added. So similarly here 1 by 2 is a constant, x of omega convolution with delta omega minus alpha. So this will be x of omega minus alpha plus x of omega convolution delta omega plus alpha. This will be x of omega plus alpha. So impulse will not be present after convolution, but the delay will be added. So final answer is x of t into cos alpha t has Fourier transform 1 by 2 times x of omega minus alpha plus x of omega plus alpha. So this is the modulation property. So basically what you can say that, what is the conclusion point here, that if any signal is multiplied with cos function, then the Fourier transform is shifted by this much frequency. By alpha units it will get shifted on RHS and on LHS. The Fourier transform gets shifted. x of t का Fourier transform x of omega है, जब ये cos alpha t से मल्टीप्लाई होगा तो Fourier transform क्या होगा, शिफ्ट हो जाएगा दोनों तरफ. यही चीज आपके एनालॉग कम्युनिकेशन में होती, that your message signal if it gets multiplied with carrier signal, then what happens, you get upper sideband and lower sideband, m of f minus fc plus m of f plus fc. So you get upper sideband and lower sideband. Let us say this m of t has frequency fm, so you get upper sideband and lower sideband, fc plus fm, fc minus fm, like that. Okay. Now on the same line we will try to find out the Fourier transform of x of t into sin alpha t. You can take this as a homework. For that you should know the Fourier transform of sin alpha t. Sin alpha t Fourier transform is pi by j delta omega minus alpha minus delta omega plus alpha. You can take the derivation as homework. I will just write the result. So its Fourier transform is 1 by 2 times x of omega minus alpha minus x of omega plus alpha. So this is the answer. Again, when the signal is multiplied by sine, the Fourier transform gets shifted on right side and left side by alpha unit, and pi by j is there, so 1 by 2j will come in the answer. Okay. So this is the final result. This is again the modulation property. It is expected that you have to remember this property. Okay. So suppose if the question is like, what is Fourier transform of x of t into cos of 1000 pi t. So here alpha value is 1000. So answer is 1 by 2. Fourier transform answer is 1 by 2 x of omega minus 1000 pi plus x of omega plus 1000 pi. So this is the answer. Next question. What is Fourier transform of x of t into sine of let us say 2000 pi t. So your Fourier transform answer is 1 by 2j x of omega minus 2000 pi plus x of omega plus 2000 pi. Now one more question. So these type of questions are there. Now one more question, like if x of t has frequency 10 kilohertz, x of t has frequency 10 kilohertz, then what is maximum frequency in? What is maximum frequency in x of t cos of 2000 pi t. So we know that when the signal is multiplied by cos or sine, we have upper sideband and lower sideband. That means fc plus fm, fc minus fm. So this is the message frequency given, x of t frequency given 10 kilohertz, x of t frequency given 10 kilohertz. And what is the frequency of cos 2000 pi t? It is not 2000 pi. What is the frequency here? So omega is 2000 pi t. Answer is in hertz, na? Question is in hertz. Omega is 2000 pi, omega t equal to 2000 pi t, t cancel, omega equal to 2000 pi. So 2 pi f equal to 2000 pi, pi cancel, f equal to 1000. That means 1 kilohertz. So we always get fc plus fm, fc minus fm. So which one is maximum? We have been asked maximum. So fc plus fm will be maximum. So fc is, I am just taking fc as the carrier frequency, or you can say cos frequency. So it is 1 kilohertz. Generally carrier frequency is larger, right? So don't think that carrier frequency, we know that we have two frequencies. So this cos has frequency 1 kilohertz, this x of t has frequency 10 kilohertz, so 1 plus 10 kilohertz. So your answer is maximum frequency in the signal x of t into cos 2000 pi t, his answer is 11 kilohertz. This is the answer. One more you can try. Let's say x of t has frequency 2 kilohertz. What is maximum frequency in x of t into sine of 200 pi t? I will just write the option. You try to get the answer. 2.1 kilohertz, 2 kilohertz, 2.2 kilohertz. Last option 1.9 kilohertz. So I hope you have got the answer. So here 200 pi t as frequency, 100 hertz, and maximum frequency is 2 kilohertz plus 100 hertz means 0.1 kilohertz. So 2 kilohertz plus 0.1 kilohertz, that means 2.1 kilohertz. So 2.1 kilohertz is the answer for this question. So you should be able to solve this type of question. So once again, summary of video, that e raised to minus at square is called Gaussian function. It has Fourier transform under root pi by a, e raised to power minus omega square divided by 4a. Then x of t cos alpha t, Fourier transform 1 by 2 x of omega minus alpha plus x of omega plus alpha. X of t sin alpha t, Fourier transform 1 by 2j x of omega minus alpha minus x of omega plus alpha. So this is the summary of this video.